I didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means Queen Baby. I don't know. Is my hat my hat, is it on right? Just want to make sure. Now, let's get into the foolery today. I had to play this music because our baby girl, the wine baby, she plays this on a regular in the car. And she was like, Mama, play this on your show one day. And I was like, okay, okay. Because this is her superhero song. This is, can you imagine? When children they just breathe life into themselves. This is her superhero song. She said, I might not have a dime, but I always had a vision. Go ahead, baby. She always had a vision. These kids, they are amazing. I'm going to share something with you. You can tell if you are breathing life into your kids by the music that they listen to. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. You can tell the way you talk to your kids, right? And the music that they listen to. It teaches you a lot. Like our oldest daughter, right? She like ratchet music. That oldest one. She like ratchet music, okay? But she can rock with some jazz. That oldest one. She will do ratchet and jazz, right? Okay. The second one, right? She does all old school. All old school. Anything from the 70s to the 80s, she rock it. In the 90s a little bit too. Then the boy, right? Okay, the third child. He likes music like video game music. You ever hear like how they do the video games and stuff like that, the music background? He likes stuff like that. Okay? He doesn't have a particular music. But the baby like anything that is pop rock, okay? She like anything that is pop rock that is uplifting. Yeah, I ain't lying. So they all have a different genre of music. All four of them, okay? All four of them have a different genre. I'm gonna say it wrong. Genre. I'm saying it wrong. I said it right the first time, but I'm saying it wrong now. But they have a different particular way of how they listen to music. So when you listen to the baby does her thing, this is our wine baby. When you listen to the baby do her thing, all her stuff is like power. Like I'm gonna make it no matter what. I don't care what I'm going through. I'm gonna make it. And my king was telling me that could have been the time we were going through and you was rebuking everything. He said that could have been the time we were going through. You were rebuking everything in the house that was not right. So I was laughing. But this is how you know when you speak life into your kids. This is how you know. Like with the second child, all I listened to was back in the day music. Okay. And even the last born, Billy Ocean, I was rocking Billy Ocean like crazy. Now, the boy, I told y'all the circumstances with the boy. I didn't know he was going to make it because they told us that the baby had passed on. So my mind was not, my mind was not there. God was keeping me. You hear me? So he didn't get a chance to listen to classical music or old school music or jazz like I did the other children. But the oldest one, I don't know where she get that from. She liked that ratchet music. She loved that ratchet music. I ain't lying to you. Now, even me and her done had disagreements about what's that young one named Sexy Red. And I was like, Mom, this girl is nasty. That's what I was telling our oldest daughter. She's like, Mama, but I like her music. I said, okay, one day I want you to just sit there and listen to the lyrics, and then you tell me if you like it. She's like, I don't like the lyrics, but the beat is hot. I said, okay, but just be mindful of what you listen to. And this is the one that's going to school for law. Can you imagine? She gonna be somebody's problem when she finish school. So I just wanted to share that with y'all because the baby loved this music. She loved this one. She said, I might not have a dime, but I always had a vision. I got high hopes. I love that. I love that. I just looked at it, I was like, baby, you too much. And she only 9, talking like that. Very intelligent young girl. Very intelligent. Anyway, let's get on to the foolery this morning. The title of this nonsense is Pastor Keion Henderson says there is no blessing of multiplication in giving to the poor. We're going to dissect this foolery. We are going to dissect this foolery today. And a lot of y'all are going to be upset with my conclusion. Now, let's get to let's get to something else, all right? Amazon is your friend, okay? Amazon is your friend, okay? Just want to let you know. All you got to do is go into my description of this video. You will see the link there. That link will bring you to Amazon. Shout out to Amazon, okay? Shout out to Stanley Cups as well. Now, you don't have to buy the link that I put there, okay? But if you go in to Amazon, baby, you know what to do. Once you go into Amazon, you know what to do. As an Amazon associate, okay, I earn from qualified purchases, baby, okay? I earn from qualified purchases if you go into the description and hit the link, all right? It is what it is, everybody. It is what it is, baby. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Now, I want to thank everybody for coming. Steven, I see you. Maya, I see you. Eric, I see you. Boss Man, I see you. Who else we got in here? Tara, what's going on, baby? It's good to see you. So now, for everybody who is watching from the clouds, okay, please hit that like button if you feel the content. Follow me if you feel the content, okay? Let's get into the nonsense. The thing is that what Pastor is saying, you're going to be surprised at the conclusion that I come to at the end, okay? You're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised. But anybody who saw the reel yesterday, and I put it in the comment section at the bottom, then you'll know where I'm about to land. Now, one more thing I want to mention. This is a problem. I have a pet peeve with people that I rock with. This is the pet peeve that I have. I think that somebody's channel should be run a different way from how they're doing their channel. Okay? But it's not my business because I rock my own channel. So I have nothing to do with what happens on other people's stuff. But when you're close to me, I want to give advice and say, wait a minute, I think you might be treading too far. But it's not my place because that's your business, and whatever you decide to do, that's how you do it. But for my channel, I ain't gonna let nobody tell me what to do on my channel, but I won't do stuff that would jeopardize who I am. Regardless if I'm trying to cater to an audience. I just want to share that with y'all. So you will never hear anything that would jeopardize my being. I'm going to always tell you what it is and what it is not. And if you don't like what I put out, you don't have to follow me. You don't have to watch my stuff. But you will never see me get to an agenda that I don't agree with in real life and put it on my channel. You would never see me do that. And I'm going to share something with you. I will not sit up here and tell someone how to do their channel. But what I will do, you will see me come away from your channel. That's what I will do. Because certain things my heart won't let me agree. Certain things my heart will not let me agree. So I won't continue with it. And regardless if someone is trying to push an agenda, I'm not going to sit there and just listen to that foolery. I'm sorry. That's just me. Okay. So I want to share this with y'all. There was a gentleman who came on um Tuesday night show. And I was very offended by the way they came up. They had a mask on their face, and they did not want to show their face. They claimed that they were in a war zone or whatever, and so they claimed they were in a war zone, so they couldn't show their face. So my thing is, if you are in a war zone, why are you even on social media? Now, the person could have been telling the truth, but I got offended because I didn't let this person speak out. And the channel is not mine. So you can't tell somebody to be quiet or, shut them down. The channel is not yours. What I should have done that made sense, what my husband said, you should have just told everybody have a good night, even if you didn't agree with it. Okay? Hey, Messy, what's going on? Good to see you. Messy, you be dropping it, baby, over there. Messy, you don't be playing no games. You leave no crumbs, Messy. Okay? I love your content, my sister. Thank you. So, I didn't agree with the person that was on the panel because the person had said something that if VP Harris get into the White House, that there will be another, Holocaust towards the small hat people. And so this type of agenda, I don't believe that we should push this type of agenda on anybody. Okay? Okay? Take heed, let them. I know, Messy. I gotta stop because I don't agree with everything. And on my channel, I get to say whatever I want to say. But when you go to somebody else's channel, you cannot. You know what I'm saying? So this man had said that, and I didn't agree with that. Everything else, he could have just kept that like that. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't agree with how he said that about Kamala because you two got a serious problem. We sit up here and we say we got freedom of speech. We don't. I don't care how much we say, oh, it's in the Constitution. We got freedom of speech. We do not. Because if you say something that's out of terms, they will take you out of the YYP program. Okay? They will drop your channel. But mind you, they will let women who do demonic bull crap on social media for years, they'll let them stay there. Okay? They'll let them stay there. But anybody who actually telling the truth, they kick them off. Okay? So I'm not saying that the person wasn't telling the truth. I'm saying there's a way to tell the truth. Because you can tell the truth, but you got to put some bullshit in the truth. You understand? You got to put some bullshit in the truth. You got to mix it with smoke and mirrors. Even though you're pointing at the curtain. You got to let people see the smoke and mirrors, but point to the curtain so the person can look like, oh shit, this is what they looking at. You see what I'm saying? But this person came and directly said that. Okay? And so everybody on the panel was like, oh, and I started getting indignant with the man. I was wrong to get indignant, but I was in my feelings. And I felt that way because I care for the person who is running the channel. Okay? So that's why I felt that way. I didn't care that he was disrespecting anybody else on the panel. I cared for the person who is running the panel. Okay? So yes, the young man didn't tell no lies until he told that part. He could have changed that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying that if VP Harris get in here, this is what's going to happen. And this is how false information get pumped out into social media. I have ran into false information too, and I had to delete that thing down. I had to take it down like, oh, no, I ain't even know. Like, soon as Instagram sent it to me, like, oh, this is false information, this and that, I snatched that thing down. I ain't even know. And I got it from a famous content creator who pumps it. So if it's not right, I will take it down, or I will put allegedly. This is allegedly. This is allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But as content creators, you got to watch out for yourself. Anybody who come out on the panel and stuff like that, these motherfuckers don't care if your shit get took in the fuck down. They don't care. They got their own shit. They don't care. Sometimes people in your own camp will watch you fall. I'm not lying. People will watch you fall in your own camp. I ain't lying to you. They will watch you fall in your own camp because they want to see bad things happen. So, and excuse my French, I didn't mean to curse because, you know, I'm monetized now, so I have to be careful what I say. So, they don't care. Now, if you don't care, you invite this guy to your show. You invite him to your show so that y'all can discuss and you let him say whatever he want to say. So, if any strike happens, it happens on your channel. Not the person that I believe that is a good-hearted man. Not that one. You know what I'm saying? And I've talked to this man on the phone, and I don't believe he's a bad person. So I don't want to see anything bad happen to him. But my heart tells me, you got to shut up. You got to shut up. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut up. Because it's not my channel. Any shows that you have that has an agenda, it's not my channel. I shouldn't care. But I listen, because if this is the truth. If any of y'all in my circle, your channel fall, nothing's going to happen to me. That's the truth. Nothing's going to happen to me. If you invite people to your channel that has a bad vibe and they're trying to push an agenda, okay, nothing's going to happen to my channel. My channel will still be here. Yours will be the one that will fall because you're trying to push an agenda, or you're welcoming people who are pushing an agenda to your channel. One thing I have heard Crimson Cure say a long time ago, she said that Angry Man, right? Now, I don't agree with everything Angry Man do. I don't. But I like his content. But Angry Man has said to her, you know how you know if you handling business as a content creator, you got to go up there and do the show yourself. That's how you know. You got to do your show yourself. A lot of the times people will come on to your stuff and they will say the most outrageous stuff. It's not their channel. They can say whatever they want to say. And if your channel fall, or they can video anything they want to put on your channel, and if you get the strike, it's you that gets the strike. It's not them. I just think the people that rock with you should have your back. That's what I believe. Anybody who say they rock with you, they should have your back. They shouldn't want your stuff to fail. So when you have people that's on your panel that will get up there and say, well, they ain't never lie. They ain't lying. You know, but because we in our feelings, we don't want to hear the truth. That's not us being in our feelings. That's being cautious. Because everybody who is a content creator that rock with YouTube, nobody will tell me YouTube don't play. YouTube do not play. They will drop you. They don't care how many people you have that's following you. They don't care how much revenue you bringing in. YouTube don't give two, you know what? You know what? YouTube don't give, they don't give, you know what? They don't care if this money you bringing in, especially these top content creators, this money you bringing in, that it sustains you. Okay? This money sustains you. Okay? So now they drop you from the program, and then what? And then what? Especially if you have not been sharing your content to other platforms, and now you're trying to start fresh to do other platforms. This is a problem here. Other people that can be on a panel will tell you something, or they're ready to fuel this fire that this person is talking, but it's not their channel. If anything happens, you're the one that's getting taken down, and they will still have a YouTube channel. This is why, I kid you not, I will never invite anybody to my channel. I will never invite anybody to my channel. I will go to your channel if I feel like it, or if my king tell me I can go, I will go. But I will never invite anybody to my channel. You will never pump an agenda that's against against me. I'm sorry, you won't. You won't do that. You will not. I will not let that happen. I will not let that happen. I'm not lying to you. I will not let that happen. You will not pump a hidden agenda against me. I will not have shows that bother my walk with Yahweh. And I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. But you will never have me on doing something that is foolishness. I'm sorry. If it's not right, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care how many subscribers I'm going to get from doing certain stuff. I will not do it. There's certain things you don't have to do. I was telling another content creator this a couple of days ago. Every subject does not have to be for you. Every subject does not have to be for you. That's just my word to the, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you if you take it or you leave it, however you want to do it. But I'm just saying that not everybody is rooting for you. Sometimes people in your own camp, in your own chat, I got people right now watching me from the clouds, just watching my stuff just because they don't like me. And they want to put some foolishness into the chat when they get a chance, when I'm not looking. Or the mods don't see it. Sometimes we have snakes that surround us. Don't feed your snakes. Don't feed your snakes. Let them die off happily. Do not feed your snakes. What the best thing to do is make your snakes your footstools. Ask Yahweh to everybody who comes against you, make them, please Yahweh, make them my footstools. Sometimes people come to your channel to hinder it. Sometimes people come to your channel with a propaganda to destroy your channel. And I'm going to share something with you. You will not see me. You will not see me entertain foolery. I'm sorry. I don't care if I like you or if I think you're a good person or this and that. I will not entertain foolery. Anything that is against me and against what I believe, I'm not going to rock with you. I'm sorry. I will respect you as a person, but I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, it is. No, I'm not. I'm not. The words that I'm speaking right now, if it's hitting you, I'm talking to you. I'm not one of those content creators that will get up here and talk in code. If this message right now hits you, I'm talking to you. That's who I'm talking to. If this message is bothering you, I'm talking to you directly. I'm just not saying your name. Okay? That's all. Now, let's get into the foolery. Now, Pastor Keon has said this on social media, and everybody went ham. Everybody went ham on this brother. Okay? And I want y'all to hear it. I want y'all to hear it. We're going to go into the foolery because I want y'all to listen to what he said. And he ain't, and listen. What he said, y'all going to be surprised. Y'all going to say, no, he didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. No, he did say that. Excuse me. But he did. He said it. He said it. Here we go. Mm-hmm.
Multiplication.
One more time. Hold on, y'all.
Multiplication. Here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself. So when you give $1 to somebody on the street, talking about I did my job, God like, thank you, but it ain't gonna help your Bible. Charity does not bring wealth. What? Only the tithe does that. Matter of fact, you don't believe me? Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna preach on it.
Now, question: is Pastor Keon, is he correct? Y'all Christian ones, y'all Bible thumpers, is he correct? I want to know, is he correct? Okay. Moses, thank you, Moses, for the $4.99 super chat, baby. I appreciate you. Moses said, your raggedy purple head rat fun. Peace, y'all. Moses, baby, thank you for that $4.99 super chat. My raggedy purple hair rat fun. I appreciate you, baby. Okay. Now, I want to know, is he wrong for what he said? Okay. Let's go to scripture. We're going to go to scripture. Okay? We're going to go to scripture. Now, y'all know I'm not a Bible thumper, but we're going to go to scripture today. Okay? We're going to go to scripture today. Here we go. We're going to go to scripture. Here we go. The New Testament. While the New Testament does not mandate tithing as a percentage, the importance of giving is cheerfully. Okay. Good morning, Mr. He said. How are you, my brothers? Good to see you. Now, I'm going to share something with you. Another thing, too. Many Christians interpret this verse as a promise that God will multiply your blessings when you tithe generously. Okay? All right? This is when you tithe generously. Okay? So somebody kind of made this up. Hold on, y'all. Listen. Okay. Now, let me see. Bring the whole tithing into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, declared the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessings that there will be no room enough to store it. Okay, so check this out. Good morning, Underrated Darkness. Boss man, I think I said good morning to you already. So this is what it is. I don't know if Christians really understand what tithing is. Because tithing was not money back then. Tithing was not money. And so now I don't know how they equate it to money now, but that's not what it was supposed to be. Tithing is not supposed to be money. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Loss. I appreciate you. It's not supposed to be money. But Pastor Keon had put out a dangerous message. Now we know what the word says, that if you give tithing, God will multiply. He said multiply, right? That he will multiply what you gave. But back then that was harvest. It was food, stuff like that. So that's why in the word that is written that he will multiply it. So that means the next harvest will be, multiplied. So the way that this is just me interpreting, I might be wrong. But it also says, here we go. Here's another one. It also says that, let me make sure I get it. Let me see. Do I have it here? Oh, I don't even have it. I thought I saved it yesterday. Okay, so there's also a scripture in the Bible where it says that I'm gonna say it in my own words, that God is blessed when you give the poor. Like he's gonna bless you when you give the poor. He's so pleased with you when you give the poor. So Pastor Keon is saying that when you give the poor, God is saying, okay, you gave the poor, that's it. That's not it. That's not it. God is very pleased when you give the poor. But he's talking about multiplying it. Okay? Multiplying it, he's saying. So he's saying with tithing, right? With tithing, it will be multiplied. Now, I might be wrong because I might be saying it wrong. Don't quote me on it. But I believe the way that he said it made people think like, should I really be giving the poor? Because the way the sermon went down, he's making people question it. Okay. Law said God grants the increase. Oh, I love that. I love that. So a lot of people are offended at what he said. Even the person who did the video was mad too. So it had to be one of his churchgoers who did the video. He was upset about the video as well. But the way he broke it down make people believe that they should not help the poor because it won't be a multiplication. You understand? That if I don't help the poor, that's it. God is just going to say, all right, you help the poor, good, good for you. But God don't just say, oh, good for you. He made it seem like God is not pleased with you for helping the poor. That your tithing will only be multiplied. If you give tithing, that will only be multiplied. But you got to understand the tithing that the Bible is saying. Because Pastor Keon looked like he looking for money. I'm sorry. Pastor Keon is looking like it looked like he just looking for money. That's it. Because to make these people feel some type of way, and this is what the black pastors do. They make you feel some type of way when you don't have money for tithing and offering. Okay? They make you feel some type of way. When we barely can even feed our families, they will make you feel some type of way. He looking for that money to finish that building. That's what I believe. Yes, Walker, I believe that too. He's looking for money to build to finish that building. I don't know who would think to do a whole church right now in this economy. Doesn't it sound a little wild though? It sounds a little wild. And this economy to do a whole new building. When Yahweh already said, I'm not coming back for the building. I'm not coming back for the building. Okay? So I don't understand, but that's how I'm interpreting it. Anybody who is a Bible thumper, maybe you can do it on your own channel and interpret it better than I can. But it sounds like to me that he doing some chucking and jiving. Okay? Law said it's bad business. Stuff costs too much. It does. It does cost too much. It's crazy. It's crazy. And for him to make people believe that because some people will take this in the wrong way. They will take this in the wrong way and say, oh, I shouldn't help the poor. God is not going to increase. God is not going to multiply what I gave. Don't you know God loves and appreciates you for helping his children who are poor? God loves and appreciates you. He already does, but he takes a liking to you. He look at you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This child gave when this child only had $5 left or $10 left. Excuse me, I can hear you. You loud in the kitchen. I'm sorry. That's the dog. So this is the thing that, I'm just, listen, it is what it is. This is how I feel. I might be wrong. Somebody else might got it better than me, because I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm just reading stuff that I saw, okay? Reading apart from the scripture that I told y'all, the last part. So I'm going to play him one more time, and I want y'all to hear it.
Multiplication. Here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself. So when you give $1 to somebody on the street talking about I did my job, God like, thank you, but it ain't gonna help your Bible.
So listen, sometimes these pastors do this stuff and they be wanting this. They be wanting these sound bites. You know what I'm saying? They be wanting this foolery. So they can get, so people can be following them and stuff like that. Sometimes they do it for clout. I want to share that with you because every time you turn around, you see Pastor Keon on social media, and it's for something he said. Because who would believe that helping someone that is in need, that, is that the first thing that you think when you help someone in need, that God is going to bless you? The best thing that this is how I live by. If I bless somebody, I don't put in my mind God gonna bless me back. I don't. What I do is I'll give this person, okay, and I'll just put it in my heart that I gave it with a clean heart. I didn't give it thinking I was gonna get something back. And then God turn around and do a whole whirlwind because I just gave, but I gave with a clean heart. When you give, you shouldn't be looking to get something back. That's what I believe. Now, I might be wrong, okay? I might be wrong, okay? I may be wrong. But that's how, when you give someone, you're supposed to give with a clean heart. It says in the Bible, Yahweh loves a cheerful giver. So if you give with a clean heart, then God can go and show up and show out like he normally do. That's just my take on it. Law said, this is why our relationships are messed up. Look who he is preaching to. I'm tired of you, Laws. I'm tired of you. Tara, what's going on? So I think the way he did it blew everybody's mind. Like, is he really saying this? But he really saying it. Okay? I want to also share something else with y'all. Did you know why he became a pastor? Do anybody know why he became a pastor? Do anybody know why he became a pastor? Somebody put it in the chat. Do anybody know why he became a pastor? Anybody know why he became a pastor? Okay, so he gonna tell. He went to what's his name? What's his name? Walker said he not no pastor. Walker, be nice. So he went to what's his name? I forgot his name. He went to the one who wear the hat all the time with his locks hanging out. What's his name, y'all? I forgot his name. I forgot his name, y'all. What is his name? Oh Lord, I'm still trying to remember. Anyway, well, he went to his show. Good morning, Corey Joe. He went to his show, and he said this. Check this out. This is what he said.
Did you still follow your father?
Thank you, Walker. Cam Newton. It was Cam Newton. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you. Let's go back into it.
Still follow your father in ministry? I did. I stayed at his church until I went to college. I never went to another church. He wasn't there for me as a father, but dude put me on to preach my first sermon. He didn't come to the basketball game. Dude got me on at the National Baptist Convention to preach in front of a few thousand people when I was in my 20s. Bad dad, great pastor. She was like, what you gonna do with your life? I said, Mom, I'm gonna preach. She said, what do he do? I said, he preached. So she said, I can't teach you to do it. So you need to get over whatever you feel and learn from him how to do this thing you're gonna do for the rest of your life. She taught me that you gotta be able to learn from people you disagree with. You gotta be able to learn from people you don't like. You gotta learn how to learn from people that don't like you. Because if the only people who can teach you something is people you got a good relationship with, you ain't gonna learn much, because most people who like you won't teach you nothing, for sure. So I knew what I was gonna do with my life. The only person I knew who knew how to do what I knew was him. So I cried at night and learned in the morning. Did you still follow?
So now I'm gonna share something with you. Part of what he said, it makes sense. A lot of us don't want to be around people that we don't like, that we can learn from. We rather be around people that we like, okay? And we don't learn anything from this person. So he's right on that part right there, okay? He's right on that. But the rest of the video is wild, because his mother asked him, what are you going to do with your life? He said, I'm going to be a pastor. So is it that he said he gonna be a pastor because he's trying to follow, he fell in his father's footsteps? Or did Yahweh tell him this is what you are designed to do? A lot of us say we are called. A lot of us say we are called. And then a lot of us fake that we are called. Okay. Now, Law said, was he called really? Law said, was he called really? And that's the question we have to ask, because your daddy was a pastor. You didn't mention that God called you to be a pastor. You're following in your father's footsteps. Could this be why all this buffoonery is coming from your camp? Because you weren't called? I'm just wondering. Because sometimes when you see these pastors who have these mega churches and stuff like that, you see a lot of buffoonery that goes on with them. So that makes you question, did God really call them? Okay? They got these women pastors that's out here that's doing buffoonery, putting holy oil and water guns and shooting the people with the water guns and stuff like that, holy oil, talking about this is her a weapon of armor, all this nonsense. So this is what when they start doing stuff like this, it makes you question if Yahweh called them to be in this seat. Because he said he never had a good relationship with his father. He never had. His father was a good pastor, but not a good father. And a lot of us Christians, we do this. You will be amazing in church, but you a demon when you home. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. And you believe God is pleased with you because you are doing his work. But the assignment that he gave you was to become is what? What is the assignment that God gave you? The assignment that God gave you is to be the head of your family. That's your first assignment. Is to be the head of your family. My sisters, whatever you're doing in church, your first assignment is to be the helpmate. You are supposed to do your assignment. God would not be angry with you if you needed to attend to your children. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to attend to your family first. God is not, he will never be displeased with you if you're tending to your family, if you're loving on your family. That's not you putting God on the back burner. You woke up this morning, you told him thank you. You prayed to him, you thanked him for all that he has done for you and your family, that you're pleased. Did y'all know that praying is not to ask God for stuff? Did you know praying is to tell him thank you for all the things he done already? Even if you live in a cardboard box. Even if you live in a cardboard box. You ain't got no food on the table and everything. You supposed to thank God for what you got. It's not to ask him for stuff. Us black folks, we got that mixed up. We got that mixed up. We be thinking, praying, oh, I need a car, I need a new house, I need a husband. Nope. No, I need $1 million. No, that's not how prayer, that's not how it's supposed to go. Now, I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm just telling you what I know. Prayer, it doesn't go like that. Prayer, you're supposed to just thank God he woke you up this morning. He put you in your right mind, blood running warm through your veins. I thank you for your grace and your mercy. Okay? That's how it's supposed to go. I thank you for the roof over our head, the food on our table, clothes on our back, shoes on our feet. I thank you for the cars we drive. I thank you for the jobs we have. I thank you for the business that we have. I thank you for our children being in their right mind, blood running warm through their veins, clothes on their back, shoes on their feet. I thank you for keeping them each and every day. I thank you for keeping them to the age that they are right now. I thank you in advance for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. That's how it's supposed to go. It's not supposed to be, I need $1 million. I need a Bentley. I need a house and all that stuff. It's not supposed to be. You're supposed to be thankful for what you have. So check this out. No, this is what happens. When you already thankful for what you have, God will increase it. He will increase it. He'll say, oh no, she's happy what she got. He's happy what he got going on right now. So let me blow their mind. Then boom, something else comes. The apartment that you live in, the apartment turns into a house. Boom. The car that you driving outside, that might be maybe 2000 or 1999 or something like that. God turn around and hit you with something that's brand new. Boom. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go. You got to be thankful for what you already have. so that God can bless you with more. That's how it really go. Now, tithing, what the pastor said, this is how other pastors preach it to us all. But the tithing that the Bible is talking about, it's not money. It's not money. So I don't understand how all these pastors come to this conclusion, and they will make black people feel bad if you don't have money for tithing, if you don't have money for offering, if you barely are making it by. But if you try to go to the church and get a loan for something, or something is going on in your house, they will tell you, well, they got a whole script, book, saying to you, well, this is how much you put in the church. So since you didn't put this much in the church, we cannot give you. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's how it go. Some of these churches, you gotta been on the books of how much money you have gave to the church. So now when you get in trouble and you come and you try to say something, they looking at you like you crazy. They can't help you. And I believe that teaching is so horrible. That teaching is so bad, especially for these mega churches. Y'all should have food drives every end of the month. You should have crisis situations when stuff happen that members can come, and it shouldn't matter how much. You know what? It should matter how long they've been going to the church. What have they been doing in the church? That's what should matter. Because people can give, and never come to the church. People can give, never come to the church, never help out with any celebrations or nothing. And this is the one that you will give money to when they want to get money from the church. But the ones who are there every Sunday, that help out, that after church when they do the food pass out on Sundays, because most churches, they cook after. They be there. They be the ones behind those hot stoves cooking and everything, passing food out. And those are the ones that you don't help. That doesn't make sense to me. I really believe our churches are confused. This man right here is telling on himself at Cam Newton podcast. He telling on himself. I don't believe his calling was to be a pastor. Yeah, that's just me looking in. I'm being nosy. That's just me. Now, anybody else, y'all could think whatever you want to think, but for me, it doesn't look like he was called to be a pastor. A lot of them wasn't called. A lot of them wasn't. But even the women as well. Women are not called to be pastors. We are not. But somehow, women don't go to that part of the Bible that says we are not supposed to govern over men. Somehow. Okay? And I'll share something with you. Yes, I'm talking about Pastor Keon. I'm talking about him because it's relevant at the time. This is content. Okay? And what he did, it doesn't sound good. Now, maybe the people in the congregation will agree with him because most of us, we love our pastors. The pastor can't do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? In our eyes. When you hear stuff about your pastor, you don't believe that, this happened. I don't know what it is, but my camera's a little off. So, we don't believe things like this. If you say something against the pastor, everybody come against you because they love their pastors. Most people love their pastors. They actually put their pastors on a pedestal, and the pastor is even higher than their husband. The husband will say one thing, okay? And then she will go and talk with the pastor, and she will just dismiss everything her husband said and go straight and listen to the pastor. And I want to remind y'all something. I want to remind you a little something, little tidbit. The pastors are not in the natural order. Who's in the natural order? Anybody could tell me who's in the natural order? Who is in the natural order? And this is why a lot of y'all women don't get what you're supposed to get, because we don't understand who is in the natural order. Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Lost. Thank you. God, husband, wife, and kids. That's the natural order. Pastor is not in the natural order. This is the truth. You will go and listen to the pastor after your husband told you no, not to do that. Don't do that. And yet you will go get the information from the pastor, and then you will override what your husband said. And let me share something with you. When you override what your husband said, you in the wrong. You are in the wrong. That's the truth. Most women don't want to believe that, but that's the fact. If your husband said no to something, and then you went and asked the pastor, and the pastor told you, yeah, I think that's fine, your pastor and you are both wrong. Just want to put that out there. So it sounds like that this is the information he got. This is the information he believes that's right. To become this pastor, this is his calling, he believes. But he's still working on issues that he's hurting because of the decisions that his father made for him. His father did everything the church, but didn't look at his own son. Now, is that right? That's not right. Do you think God is pleased with his father for doing that? God is not pleased. We all have a work to do on this earth. And if you don't do the work that you were designed to do, God cannot be pleased with you. I don't care how many times you get lame in the spirit. I don't care how many times you preaching. I don't care how many times you speaking in tongues. If you don't do the work that God designed you to do, God is not pleased. My sisters, if you out here having babies and not under a covering, do you think, I don't care how much you shout in church, do you think Yahweh is pleased with you? He is not. You have missed the design. You have missed the design. When we out here giving our womb to Tom, Dick, and Harry, do you think God is pleased? Yahweh is not pleased. You have missed your design. A lot of y'all will be up here hooping and hollering in the church, and you have missed your purpose. All because some of y'all will get in here and say, you waiting on God. But the Bible tells us if you make one step, God will take two. That means you got to clean out the things that is not right within you. That means you need to talk to God and ask him to clean out the things that is not right for marriage. That is not right within you. So that your marriage will be able to hold. A lot of us don't understand that. We think we have the answers in marriage. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if I sit up here and tell you I had the answer, I did not. I did not, and didn't want to follow my husband program either. Did not. Because I said I'm independent. I could do whatever I want to do. And found out the hard way. Your husband is your covering. You were designed to be a wife. You were not designed to be a baby mother. My brothers, you are not designed to be baby daddies. You are designed to be a husband. That's the truth. That is the truth. And I'm not perfect. I was a baby mama. I'm an ex-wife. I'm not perfect. I'm not telling you that I am perfect. I am not. Far from it, honey. Far from it. I'm just showing you the mistakes that I have made that you should not do. It's good to watch people who have made mistakes because you can learn from the mistakes. You can learn from, oh no, she did this and it didn't go well. Let me not go that way. A lot of us miss our design. We were created to do God's will. We were. Well, we are. But we will sit in here and do false preaching to the younger generation and tell our younger women, oh, it's all right to be in your whole phase. It's all right. We switching it up, y'all. It's all right for you to be in your whole phase. It's all right to do nonsense like this. It's okay. You're going to have all these babies and different baby daddies. It is not okay. It is not okay. Some of these women will falsely tell you that somebody's coming for you. Somebody's going to marry you. Let me share something with you. If someone comes to marry you with all those children, and he's coming with a clean heart to marry you with all those children, cherish that man. Cherish that man. That is not an easy walk to be a stepfather. I'm sorry. I know we clown a lot of stepfathers and stuff like that, but I want to share something with you. It is not an easy walk to be a stepfather or a stepmother. It is not. That is not our design, to be a stepmother and a stepfather. It is not. But if it happens, learn how to cherish the person that took up the mantle. I'm just saying, they took up the problem, because that's a problem. Being a stepmother or a stepfather, that is a problem. People don't want to say it. They like, oh no, it's offensive. It is not offensive. Being a stepmother and a stepfather is a problem, because they got to deal with this child. They got to deal with the baby mother or the baby father. They got to deal with the nonsense that comes with being a stepmother or a stepfather. And we got to stop making people feel bad for it. If you not, listen, this is what I always say. If you don't have those children under control, if you are not under control and you don't understand the assignment that you're coming under this man's covering, then no, nobody should marry you. I don't care how good you look. Nobody should marry you because you don't understand the assignment. Just leave you where you are. So now we're going to jump onto something else. I want y'all to hear something that a lot of people want to say, but they scared to say it. We jumping into a little politics, okay? Young, black, and wealthy, okay? Listen to this. This reporter was at the White House briefing, and he went in. This is something that everybody is thinking, but they scared to say. Hear what he said.
Poised to strike Iran, and in July, Blinken said that Iran was 1 to 2 weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon. So I guess for all we know, they might have one by now. And meanwhile, in Ukraine, they've struck deep within Russian territory several times, as deep as 300 miles from the border. And in that case, we don't have to guess. We know that Russia has the largest nuclear arsenal on the planet, as many as 6,000 warheads. And so one of the risks of arming militaries that are striking in the territories of nuclear powers is that one of those gets deployed, and then it could escalate very quickly from there. So it's rarely discussed, but it's important to address that the nuclear risk is real, and it could very abruptly mean the end of what humans have worked for thousands of years to collectively achieve. And us today are very lucky to live in with the fruits of that achievement, and I feel like we're treating the risks kind of brazenly. So my question for you is, we often hear in response to these concerns that, well, Putin, Khomeini, they're war criminals, they're terrorists, as if they're too inherently evil or immoral for us to negotiate with. But meanwhile, this administration has financed a genocide in Gaza for the last year, and every day you're up there denying accountability for it. So, what gives you the right to lecture other countries on their moral?
So, if you have a policy question for me, I'm happy to take it. If you want to give a speech, there are places in Washington where you can give a speech.
Yeah, but people are sick of the bullshit in here. It is a genocide. You are abetting it, and you are risking nuclear. Israel is still poised.
Is that right? What do y'all think? What do you think? A lot of people are thinking the same thing. A lot of people are thinking the same thing, but they scared to say it. I ain't lying. A lot of people are thinking the same thing, but they scared to say it. He not lying at all. Law said he right. He is right. He right. See, this stuff that they doing over there with Putin doing a little tit for tat over there. Because if he really want to do some stuff, y'all ain't going to be able to do nothing. If he really want to do some stuff, y'all ain't going to be able to do nothing. Right now, he doing a little tit for tat stuff. But when he get tired, tell me how y'all going to be able to fix that. Because right now, y'all just, he doing tit for tat right now. But when he get tired, how will you be able to handle that? Nobody is looking at the bigger picture. Nobody is looking at the bigger picture. We're up here talking about one country, and we proxying something else on another side of the world, on the other side of the world. We're proxying something else on the other side of the world. We're telling one nation that what you're doing is wrong, but we over here doing the same thing over here. This is why I took offense to what happened on Black Man Unfiltered, because how is it that it's us, it's America's fault for all this nonsense, right? It's our fault for all this nonsense. But y'all have started this foolery way before we even got involved. We just proxying this nonsense. Which should America be proxying it? No, we should not. We should not be proxying nothing. Using American tax dollars to proxy foolery. This is the uncomfortable truth. This man is right. What he's saying, he's telling the truth. And it's sad. It's sad that nobody is bold enough to say it, because if you say it, what they do, they silence you. They will silence you. No, you can't be talking like that. You can't be saying this. This is the uncomfortable truth. You can't be saying stuff like this on social media. We up here kicking one country down, talking about you evil, you this and that. But we evil behind the curtain, because we're proxying the nonsense that we see that's on the ground. We're proxying it. This is the uncomfortable truth. The uncomfortable truth. And it's sad. Now I want to share something else with y'all. Okay? I'm leaving and coming back. Had to put my soldiers on my oldest. Okay, green beans. No problem. I understand. Now, I want y'all to listen to this, because this is something that we all know, but we scared to say this. This is something we all know, but we scared to say it. Check this out.
This is who should really be paying reparations to the Black community.
I'm gonna say one word: reparations. Who ends up paying for it? Let me ask you, just as a community.
I can tell you that. I feel that the Democratic Party should pay reparations to blacks, because it was in the 1800s when the Republicans, which was known as abolitionists, separated from the Dixiecrats because they did not want to continue slavery. So after the abolitionists helped black people become Republicans and they changed their name, black people were able to own businesses. They was able to create the Black Wall Street, Rosewood. They were the most wealthiest communities in the United States. And so it was the Democratic Party who created the Ku Klux Klan, and the Klan were the ones who hated the blacks for creating Black Wall Street, and that's why they dropped the bomb on Black Wall Street. It was the Klan that did that. Anybody owes black people money and reparation, it should be the Democratic Party.
This is who should really.
Green beans, you're wrong. I just read it. You're wrong, sir. But I understand. Okay. Sometimes the king got to do that. So I understand what you're saying. Okay. Now, law says someone is telling the truth now. Yes. That's the uncomfortable truth we don't want to hear. But we have been voting for the Dixiecrats for God knows how long. Me too. Now, do I believe that both parties is a problem? I do. I believe both parties is a problem. But I want to share something with you, my melanated brothers and sisters. You will not see reparations. Get that out your head. That's not coming to pass. Y'all got to get that out your head. That's not going to happen. I ain't lying to you. I ain't lying to you. That's not going to happen. They will never give y'all reparations. No matter how many times you shout it from the mountaintop, they not giving you nothing. You're not getting anything. Okay? You're not getting nothing. Okay? This is why the Dems will come out and say that they're going to do reparations, but it's only talk. It's only talk. They're not going to do anything. It's against their being. The nonsense that our ancestors saw was because of the party, of that party. But we say the Republicans are the ones that are racist. A lot of the things that our ancestors went through was because of the Democratic Party. But they will sit up there and act like they are our friends. And no matter how many times I preach this, a lot of people won't even pay attention to it because we are so ingrained in being Democrats. We are. We get it from birth. Our mothers instilled that in us from birth. When we first got our license and stuff like that, your mama took you down to the voter registry and all that other stuff. So, you learn from that, and they will tell you are a Democrat because Democrats do this. When you ask the question, they tell you, oh, because of Dems and this and that. Miss O, I hope I greeted you. How are you, my dear? So they will make you believe that the Dems did this, Dems did that. Mind you, if it wasn't for the Republicans, right, we would still be in slavery. We would still be in slavery much longer than what we were. Now, I'm not saying that they wanted us not to be in slavery. I don't know. But I know because they were trying to join the Union, they had to abolish slavery. Okay? Now, this is the thing. This is the uncomfortable truth. This is what they're throwing at us right now. I want y'all to listen to this. This is what they're throwing at us right now because they believe we stupid. This is why we got the coup. Okay, this is why the coup happened to the Democratic Party. Here we go.
Empathy, man. For the suffering of other people. Have you no sense of purpose? Have you no empathy, man? For the suffering of other people. Have you no sense of purpose? Have you no empathy, man?
So how many, how many accents do we have to go through? I want to know how many accents do we have to go through? Because I'm counting, this is number 3. Is this 3? I'm counting 3. I'm counting 3 so far. This is number 3. How many accents do we have to go through? Okay? How many do we have to go through? She done bust the whole beer open on, what's his name? Colbert. She done bust the whole beer on Colbert, okay? And was drinking it. I think it was a light, right? A Miller's Light. She was drinking this on the show. Okay? And I don't care what nobody say. That thing went left. I don't care what nobody say. Corey Joe said, I'm sick. I don't care what nobody say. That thing had went left. And she tried to make it seem like it was okay. You know, I'm going to share something with you. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. It is okay to say no. It doesn't make sense. And now I'm going to share something with you. If you go back to her work when she was a senator and how they did interviews with her, she sound very amazing. I ain't going to lie to you. All you got to do is go back to the stuff she said. Now, she still had that cackle. She still had that cackle. But the stuff she said when she was a senator made more sense than what she doing right now. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is going on. Tell me you don't want to be the president without telling me you don't want to be the president. Because check this out. And y'all going to be surprised when I tell you this mess right here. Did you know that Trump had organized? Let me see if I got it. Let me see if I got it. Oh, darn it. I don't even have it. I thought I shared it. Trump organized linemen. Freelance. He asked them to do it for free. He asked them to come out and donate their time to realign the polling and everything. Linemen, he asked them. Now she jumping from interview to interview, but he asked for linemen to come out after after the hurricane has gone to redo those lines up to help out. He asked them. And I'm quite sure they had to get, something, tell a company they're going to help and this and that, and the company gave them time to do it. These men are taking their time and their resources to help refix these states. And we need that electricity. Hell or high water, you need that electricity. So that's what he did. That's what you do. Listen, let me share something about you. One thing about Americans. One thing about us, I don't care what color we are. We don't want to see another American suffer. We don't. When disaster happens, you will see men. I said men. I ain't say nothing about women. I said you will see men come out. Men will come out and be ready. Sleeping in cars and trucks for weeks just to make sure the job is complete. Shout out to all those men who volunteered. And Trump ain't even the president. He not in the White House. But yet he asked them to come and help. When she's on Colbert drinking a Miller's Light, okay? She up there drinking a Miller Light, okay? This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. Why are you doing all that? You know what the best bet that how you would get the votes is that the people see you trying to do something, not just FEMA. Just like how y'all rallied all those black women on the phone, okay? The thing is that the government never learns from the mistakes. They never do. When crisis like this happen, and check this out, they're not the only administration that messed up like this. They're not. It's a lot of them. A lot of the administrations always mess up when it comes to stuff like this. They do. You think they would be better at it. They would get better. They don't. They do not get better. It gets worse every time. Now, when they got FEMA in there, I'm like, oh, this is good. At least they have something that is going to help when crisis happen. But it got worse because y'all digging in that money and it making people go crazy. Now, yes, y'all replenish this money every year. You replenish it. But if there's no need to touch it, the money, y'all don't let the money sit. You don't let the money sit there. Y'all start digging in it like it's a piggy bank or something. When the money's supposed to be used for certain things. Oh, because it's sitting there like a cash cow. So now you got to be digging in it. You done made up a program where you're able to dig in it when you need to dig in it. That's not right. That is not right. Now, I know that this subject today is not, we not wilding. We not wilding. But sometimes we have to tell the truth as well. Okay? Well, I always try my best to tell the truth because I'm going to share something with you. The truth make people more aggravated. I ain't lying. The truth make people more aggravated. So I'd rather just stick with that. It helps. Okay? It helps my channel. The truth make you more aggravated. This is the uncomfortable truth. This man had asked these people to come out and help him. These people are helping because why? Americans are suffering. No matter what color you are, these men are coming out and saying, we gonna help. Trump asked us, we coming out to help. Shout out to all those men, no matter what color they are. Shout out to all those men that said, we coming out. But this is the man that we up here talking about. This man is evil. This man gonna put black people in chains. Y'all up here. This man is this. This man is that. This is the same man. This is the same man. This is the same man that we up here talking about. He racist. He this and that. Do you think when he asks those linemen to come, he gonna tell them, okay, anybody who black, anybody who Hispanic, anybody who is Mexican, anybody who is Asian and this and that, don't put the line up for them? I know it ain't right, but I'm asking. I'm asking. Did he say that? The true people that is the devil in your camp, you see them. You see them. The true one that is the devil in your camp is the one that's acting like they care for you. That's the problem. Even with content creation, they got that going on. Maya, baby, thank you for the $10 super chat, honey. I appreciate you. Even your own camp got snakes in your camp. Your own camp sometimes have snakes. You have to be mindful. We sitting up here, we're rooting for a woman that her accents change every time you turn around. It depends on what state she at or what she talking about. You better thank a union member. You better thank a union member. Now, I know some of y'all gonna be like, well, you know how, cause some of y'all are trying to justify it. Y'all trying to justify. Well, you know, black people gotta, we switch tones. We do. Okay, we got a Caucasian voice and we got our voice that we talk to our own people. I understand. But where did she get the Jamaican accent from? How long did she live in Jamaica? This is the uncomfortable truth. Because all I remember is that she lived here and she lived in Canada. So I don't know what is going on here. Where did the Jamaican accent come from? You better thank a union member, and then a down south accent. But this is who we want. This is who the Dems have laid in our face, and we don't have no choice. But she's saying that Trump is a danger to democracy. Mind you, this is the woman who didn't have a primary. And I know we're trying to justify that I know we're trying to justify oh, I see what you put, boss man. Isn't her father Jamaican? The father was born in Jamaica, but the father don't talk Jamaican. You ever heard the father? The father don't, but he probably got two types, because most people have two types. They got a business tone and they got just their native tone. Could be. Could be. But never heard her say it before. But now she's, got that Jamaican accent. The thing is that when you watch people switch up so much, you're wondering who is who. See, with Trump, you already know this is an arrogant son of a, you know what I'm saying? You already know he arrogant. Got that New York swagger and everything. Because New York and New Jersey, we terrible. We terrible. We'll curse you out. Don't even know you. You say, but we got big hearts. But we'll curse you out. You say some nonsense to us, we gonna curse you out. Okay? And he just a New Yorker. That's how they talk. Straight like that. Okay? Anybody watch Grace, you already know. Grace don't play no mess. She just talk. And that's that New Yorker in her. Okay? Anybody from Jersey, that's just the way you talk. You just say what it is. You don't hold it back. You just say it. Now, my thing is that if you look at what's going on right now between her and Trump, and he got those linemen all together. Okay? He got all those linemen together. Who asked him to do that? Who asked him to do that? Who asked him to do that? Nobody asked him to do that. Ain't nobody asked him to do that. Who was he thinking of when he asked these people to do that? Now, I know we all talking about, he doing it, for a photo op and all this other stuff. That's not a photo op, y'all. That's not a photo op. Just want to put that out there. This ain't no photo op. Now, a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago, last week, when he did that nonsense, that was a photo op. That was a photo op. But yet, the people ain't gonna never forget what he did. I ain't lying to you. Because when you're hurting and somebody come to save you, you never forget it. You never forget it. You never forget it. When you're hurting and somebody come for you, you never forget it. Not one time. You never forget what they did. And those people will never forget what he did. And they'll never forget what she did as well. On Colbert, drinking that Miller. And no doggone well she don't drink no Miller. I know damn well she ain't drinking no Miller Lite. Y'all gotta stop this nonsense. Y'all gotta stop this nonsense. You have so many of these stars coming out saying stuff against the black community. Oh, you wrong, this and that. All this foolery. Saying stuff against the black community because a lot of us are divided. I believe, you know what I believe? A lot of us have woken up. That's the problem. And when we started waking up? Some of us was C19 and some of us was this primary. Because we like good and hell well. This is what black people are talking about. This is some good and hell well. Even white folks who are Democrat too. They like, I know good and hell well. Wait a minute. So you telling me we ain't never need no primary before? This is is what people are saying. So with the Dems doing what they did, this is the backlash. This is the backlash. Especially when Trump sat up there and said he ain't gonna have no men in women's sports. Because you know we had to watch all that for three and a half years. We had to watch all that. We had to watch our girls get smoked by men in these sports. Okay? We was even shaking our head like, what you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine a man, you in a boxing ring, and a man square up with you? You know what I'm saying? Like a man square up with you. Do you understand the force that men have behind their hands? You saying that he squared up with you. Like y'all was getting it in and you squared up. I'm not even gonna last like one second. We ain't even doing that. I would never get in here and think that I could fight my king. I would never. This man got some quick moves. I would never sit up there and think I could actually square up with my husband and the way he hit is strong. I would never even, he could knock just the wind out of you. I would never sit up there and be like, let's go. With raw power behind the hands that Yahweh gave them raw power. I don't care if the man is short, small, skinny. God gave man raw power behind their hands when they hit so it land well. And you want this man to get in a ring with a woman who she might have been taught and learned, and if she fought another woman, she could probably give her a run for her money. But you want a man that God deemed to have raw power to get in a ring with a woman. You want a man to get in a ring with a woman. He a smoker every time. He will smoke her every time because men are designed to conquer. That's what they were born to do. Wherever you put them, that's where they were born to, you know what I'm saying? Wherever you put them, they are designed to conquer it. It's in their DNA. No matter what color the man is, it's in his DNA to go into somewhere and conquer it. This is the uncomfortable truth. So when Trump said that made people excited, like, oh no, let's get this right. Because we tired of seeing our girls be in a sports with men. We tired of seeing our girls lose in the sports with men. And I understand that. There's a lot of things that he wants to roll back that makes sense for a lot of people who believe in Yahweh. I'm not going to say Christian. I'm going to say for a lot of people who believe in Yahweh and his teaching. Because Christianity, y'all have flew off the handle. I don't understand that part. You have flew off the handle. I don't understand that part. We co-sign everything. All because judge ye not, and ye shall not be judged, and who is without sin cast the first stone. We co-sign everything, even when Yahweh tell you it's an abomination. Even when Yahweh tell you that this is not what I want you to do. You will come up out of scripture and say, judge ye not, and ye shall not be judged. And forget that Yahweh says, judge righteously. You forget that Yahweh say, judge righteously. This is the nonsense that you forget. Yahweh said, judge righteously. And when this pastor has said this, and I played this yesterday, when the pastor had said this, pastor got in here and he dropped some gems yesterday. But before we go to pastor, I want to stop by Eddie. Check this out. This is what Eddie said.
Keion Harris. Look at it. This woman want to play black so bad. She went and erased her grandmama and replaced her grandmama.
As you can see there, it says that she died in July of 1960. And so this is a huge scandal.
And her fake grandmama is this black woman who died 4 years before she was born. But in her book, she got a picture standing next to this dead woman with a smile on her face. I wonder how that happened.
Grandma Beryl died in 1960, 4 years before Kamala Harris was born.
And you gonna deny your real grandmama being able to showing up at your inauguration if you happen to get elected, which ain't gonna happen. Everybody I talk to don't like you. Ain't nobody gonna vote for you. Here's your choices, America. The liar or the crook. I think I might be going with the crook, goddammit. Yeah, the crook, he's got a lot of in him, yo. He got 3 baby mamas, 43 felony cases and counting. Selling high-top tennis shoes just like Michael Jordan. Got shot just like Tupac. The motherfucker gonna drop an album next. We'll be right back.
Eddie wrong. He said he gonna drop an album next. I'm tired of Eddie. Now, this is what Pastor said, and a lot of people got offended by what Pastor said. Check this out.
Democratic Party, I'm going to say it tonight so that you won't be confused, is the Antichrist Party. It is anti-family. And I'm going to say this, you're not going to believe it, but it is anti-black folk. You are only needed for votes. You are only loved when it's time to get your votes.
All right now.
There's no real care about
right
you.
now.
And see, we still stuck, and we got that thing ingrained in us that this is the party for the black man. It is not. The party has changed.
The party has changed.
Black people, really, to be honest with you, have never been the priority. They have only been used. Go back and look at the Civil Rights Act of 1964. We've all given Democrats credit for that. But Johnson was the one that wanted to pass it, but he couldn't get enough Democrat votes to pass it. It was the Republicans that pushed and passed the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Go tonight and look it up. Look at Wiki, W-I-K-I, put it in there, 1960. He couldn't even get enough Democrats to vote for it. So he had to go to Republican senators in order to help him out. They are anti-life. The party pushes stuff that's anti-life. It pushes anti-morality because most of their policies are immoral. That pushes sexual perversion. It is the party of death. Why do you say that, Pastor? If you go back, you'll see slavery started with the Democratic Party. And we saw many slaves that died. We also saw under Jim Crow. Jim Crow was established by Democrats. And we saw under Jim Crow how many were hung and lynched. And then we are seeing today how many babies. African American people are giving up their future because they won't have, in another 15, 20 years, they won't have enough people because they have cut their birth rates off and have aborted their children. This is exactly what the party wants. So it is a party of death when it comes down to it. It is a party that is against black families. Look at the history of the family. From slavery, which were Democrat plantation owners, in slavery, they separated our families. They would not even acknowledge the marriages of black families. They would even take a black man over here who called himself being married to a woman, but if he was a big, strong guy, they took him and made him mate with another woman. That's one of the reasons our marriages and our families have not been strong, because the spirit of that has passed down generationally. We have not always had strong family structures like we should have. Now, we did good up in the early 1900s, 1920, 30. Our families were pretty good and pretty strong during that time. But what happened was they brought the war on poverty. This was Democrat. Brought the war on poverty. You know what they did? They gave money to fix a problem.
So they had programs, they gave welfare, but they took one key out that they understood was the key to the family. They took the man out of the home. Ladies, we'll give you the money, but you can't have a man in your house. That means the children now were robbed of them having a father. And so that kept, once again, another policy that has hurt our families. And then even today, Black Lives Matter, which was also supported by the Democratic Party, they had in their particular policies that they were against the nuclear family that had the father at the head. They did not believe in patriarchy. And so we look down through the years and we've seen the party destroy our families. And people don't see it because they don't understand truth. This is why policy is so important.
What the pastors say, they don't understand truth. A lot of us get upset because we don't understand truth, because truth is not common anymore. Green Beans, thank you, sir, for the $5 super chat. Green Beans said, this is why Bruce Wayne should have been a black man. I'm tired of him. Oh my goodness. This is the uncomfortable truth, because now listen, Eddie said it best. Eddie said either the liar or the criminal. Eddie said either the liar or the criminal. Which one are you going to pick? Thank you, Green Beans. Green Beans said, I am packing up the pieces of the same policy right now. Oh, that's nasty, Green Beans. But Eddie said it best. He said, the liar or the criminal. Because I'm going to share something with you. The same thing that they're accusing Trump for, or they got him all in the court system for right now. All of them have done it. All of them have done it. They all have done it. The only thing is that they haven't gotten caught. All of them have done it. You see, nobody mentioning anything about Biden's son. Nobody mentions anything about Biden's son. Nobody mentions on how rich Kamala is. Nobody mentioned how rich she is. Don't nobody say that. Don't nobody mention on how rich she is. But she will always come and say, my mother this. I don't care. I don't care. But then they will clown Trump and say, if his father, he was born with a silver spoon. Can Trump blame his daddy that his daddy was a hustler? So I'm supposed to dislike my daddy because my daddy was a hustler. My daddy made money. He did things to make me live comfortable. So I got to punish my daddy. I got to blame my daddy for putting me in a powerful position. But they always bring that up. Oh, the father gave him this. The father gave him a percentage of his power. He gave him a percentage of the power. And then Trump took that name and ran with it. He found a way to put his name on stuff that he did not even own, that they had to pay him for his name. And this is why he hung around with all these people, okay? All these people that were famous because his name was every damn where. He found a way to have his name make money with a small percentage of money that his daddy gave him. But everybody always clowning him. They always clowning him saying, oh no, his daddy gave him money. So his daddy gave him money. So his daddy gave him money. His daddy gave him money. So what? That's what fathers are supposed to do. They're supposed to pass on legacies to their children. That's what's supposed to happen. So just because Kamala's father didn't do it, allegedly, because all the stuff she talking about that they lived this way, they lived that way, I don't know which one to believe. You lived on top of where? a daycare center, you know, but somebody said where you grew up at was the richest neighborhood. So I don't know, where did the daycare center come from? It's okay that you want to, you know, it's okay that you want to, you know, try to, you know, have a connection with the common average Joe. It's okay. But it's okay to tell the truth too. Yeah, my mother was a single mother, but she had a good job. She had a good job and we lived in the suburbs. All right, damn, what? Okay? You don't have to get up here and say that you black. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? A lot of people say, oh no, she never said, and I heard this on Black Man Unfiltered, one of the people on the panel said, she never said she was black. We assume. No, she said she was black. She said it. She said it out her mouth. She was black. Charlamagne asked her. She says she's black, but people don't understand. And then later she was on another podcast and said, nobody understand the 1/8 rule. We understand the 1/8 rule. We do. We understand the 1/8 rule. We do. We understand it. The thing is that all of us originated from Africa. We all did. All our bloodlines originated from Africa. I don't care what color you are. Africa is the grandmother. We all originated from Africa. All we did was migrate to all over these places in the world. That's it. That's all that happened. And so now you can trace your lineage from a certain part of the world, oh, from Sweden. But now when they check the blood takes you all the way back to Africa. Everybody check their blood. The blood bring you all the way back to Africa. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. How does everybody blood take them all the way back to Africa? Even if it's 1%, how does everybody blood bring them all the way back to Africa? Come on, y'all, put two and two together. Regardless if you believe that your family was part of the Indians here, your blood still originates from Africa. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to believe. Even white people as well, Caucasian people. The blood originates from Africa. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to hear. No matter where your family landed at, your blood tells you that you are part of something in Africa. So it's not that we assumed, okay? It's not that we assumed that she was black. She said it, she was black. She said it on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne. She said that out her own mouth. She said, but people don't understand. And then later tell us the 1/8 rule. We understand you got some blackness in you. We understand. Either it's 1% or whatever. We understand you have some in you. But you will not diminish the rest of your blood and say you might have 80% this and 80% that and 10% this, but you diminish all that and take the 1% and say I'm black. What kind of nonsense? My grandmother is white and she's Indian on my mama's side. I ain't lying. White and Indian on my mama's side. Do you think if somebody say to me, do I know Lizzie so-and-so? Yes, that's my grandma. That's my grandma. That's my big mama. I know this woman. I love her. This is what I was taught. This woman was the nicest woman in the world. She had a big heart. I love my grandma. My big mama. That's what they taught us to say, call her big mama. I love this woman because the stuff that I was taught about this woman, I love this woman. Only how our family got some color because my granddaddy had that nice purple black. He was very handsome man. Nice purple black. I ain't lying. And that's how the family got some color. This is the uncomfortable truth. You're not gonna sit up here and we after shout out to Candace. Shout out to Candace and Pink Book Lessons. Shout out to them two sisters. Because after them checking this out, we find out your grandma is white. What the hell? And then you're gonna tell us, okay? You're gonna tell her allegedly. Gotta say allegedly, you don't wanna get in trouble. Then you're gonna tell us that the woman you standing next to was your grandma. What kind of nonsense? Okay? What kind of nonsense? Okay? So whatever your father is, because I keep telling y'all this, whatever your father is, that's what you are. Whatever your daddy is. If your daddy is Caucasian, baby, you Caucasian. Okay? That ain't lying to you. Whatever your father is, that's what you are. I ain't lying. That's how we were taught. Now y'all trying to spin that mess around and say something else. Whatever your father is, that's what you are. The seed of life come from who? The father. The mother is the one that harbors the baby. The father is the seed of life. So whatever the father is, that's what you are. That's why we got this so confused. That's why people saying that, oh, she's Jamaican. The father was born in Jamaica. There are a lot of different races that were born in Jamaica. There are a lot of different in America as well. There are a lot of different races that are born in America. If you say this person is American, do they immediately think this person is Caucasian? They do not. They do not, because it's too many of us over here. Too many different colors, like a melting pot. Jamaica is the same thing, a melting pot over there. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to have. This is the uncomfortable truth that we don't want to have. We don't want to know nothing about it. We want to continue to stay in delusion. This is the uncomfortable truth. When Obama became president, and I got to mention him as well. When Obama became president, my king said to me, y'all know this man is African. I said, yeah. He said, they don't know. I said, they acting like they don't know. But Obama is African. He was the first African president. I ain't lying. He's African. The only link that made him get to the White House was his granddaddy. Granddaddy white man, mama white. Granddaddy loved him so much. His granddaddy planted the seeds for him to become the president. Did y'all know that, right? The Bushes and his grandfather, they were best friends. Something like relatives, they said. This is why Obama got in here. And he's African. That man is not African American just because he was in Chicago for some time and he did things. He's African. That's the truth. I'm going to share something with you. I don't believe we will ever see an African American president. We won't. You gonna get the thing is that we want to see an African American president so bad that we'll take anything that's close to it. We'll take it. I ain't lying. But I'm gonna share something with you. I don't believe African American people are racist when it comes to the president. Now, we do racist stuff and other stuff because I believe we all have a little racism in us. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the uncomfortable truth. Okay? That's the uncomfortable truth. Okay? Because when I'm around a large amount of Caucasian people, okay, I get out of Dodge. I don't stay. Just like when I'm around a whole bunch of black folk, I get out of Dodge. Especially if they have a vibe, I can feel the vibe, I leave. Okay? When I'm around a whole bunch of Caucasian people, and I get a vibe, I go. I don't stay. So we all have a little racism in us. This is the uncomfortable truth. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. So I truly believe that it doesn't matter what color you are to be the president. It doesn't. Long as you tell the truth. And this is her problem. Instead of her saying, yes, I'm Indian, but I went to school HBCU. I have sisters that I have been close to for years that are African American. I have done this, I have done that. People will actually be more happy that she's telling the truth. Instead of her doing this chameleon nonsense. Okay? Shout out to Red Lipstick Vibe because she always say chameleon. Instead of her doing all this, chucking and jiving nonsense. This is why black people having such a problem with her. And I'm going to share something with you. With all the foolery that she's doing, I believe it may cost her this election. I believe it. I believe it. But if the powers that be want her in there, she going to get there. No matter what, y'all. So I just want y'all to understand that part. But after me checking out and doing the research on my own for Trump, it made me think so differently towards that man. I ain't even lying. I ain't even lying. But I will never let y'all get in here and disgrace Kamala. She doing that by herself. I'm not going to let y'all get in here and say nonsense about her. This DEI stuff, all this other foolery. But I won't let you do that because the woman is very intelligent. She is. She has more education than Trump. But do I believe Trump can run this country? He has done it already. This is the uncomfortable truth we don't want to hear. He has done it already. And if it wasn't for C-19 coming into play, he would still had done the other. He would have been able to do another 4 years. That's the uncomfortable truth. We wouldn't have this going on right now. But at this day and time, the world stage is on fire. So I would like to see the Incredible Hulk on the world stage. That's the uncomfortable truth. I gotta go. Everybody have a wonderful day. Much love to you all. Thank you for everybody who donated to the channel. Thank you to everybody who took time to see me, said, let me go see what this loudmouth heifer talking about. And I appreciate y'all. Okay? I appreciate y'all. Please hit that like and subscribe button before you leave. Okay? Please hit that like and subscribe button before you leave. All right? It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. Much love to you all. Okay? Thank you for coming. Because y'all could have been anywhere else. But y'all said, let me go see what this heifer is talking about. Okay? Before I leave, before I play my song, I got to get my song in here. Okay? Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Okay? Also, I want to say, if you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through Cash App, through Super Chat, through Venmo as well. Also, check this out. You can also donate to the Raggedy Scarf Hair Fund, okay? You can donate to the Raggedy Scarf Hair Fund as well. Okay, I don't know if it's leaning to the side or anything, but you can donate to the Raggedy Hair Scarf Fund, okay? Also, if you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubmraxfashion.com. Okay, ubmracksfashion.com. Maya, stop laughing. ubmracksfashion.com. And I also have other links there if you shop at Mercari, eBay, and POSHMARK, okay, as well. Okay. Also, I sell merch. Scroll to the top of the page, you'll see shop or store. And they have cups, mugs, water bottles, shirt, all that good stuff, bags, everything, and you will love it. Okay, you will love it. All right. So just go in here, check it out, see if you like anything. All right. Much love to you all. 18, no problem, baby. Take it easy, honey. Also, let me see what else. I gotta mention this. Go down in my description. Okay, you want to buy anything from Amazon, go down in my description. Okay, I just want to advise y'all that I am an Amazon associate and I earn from qualified purchases. Okay, so if you want to buy anything from Amazon, hit that link that's in the description. Okay, now the link there is a Stanley Cup. Shout out to the Stanley Cup. Shout out to the Stanley Cup. I just want to put that out there, let you know, okay? Amazon is your friend, okay? Amazon is your friend, baby. All right, we're going to do what it do. Also, please don't forget, Miss O Show is coming up at 3 p.m. I believe it's Eastern Standard Time, right, Miss O? Am I right? Okay, please rock out and tune in to her, okay? Channel is amazing, and it's always enlightening. Okay, y'all, let's do what it do. Let's do what it do. Y'all go over there, hit the like and subscribe button, okay, and go rock out with her. Okay, all right, go rock out with her. I appreciate it. Miss O says, see you at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, family. Okay, so we out, y'all. Everybody, much love to you all. Much love to Black Man Unfiltered Network as well. My brother, you're going to always be my brother no matter what. You hear me? You're going to always be my brother no matter what. Okay? Always, no matter what. Even if I'm not over there no more, you're going to always be my brother no matter what. Also, Lost in Translation podcast. Thank you, sir, for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming to rock with me as you do. And shout out to Mrs. He Said. Shout out to Mrs. She Said as well. The dynamic duo, the Harrises. Shout out to that family right there. Much love to everybody who came and rocked with me today. I got to mention my circle. Shout out to Grace as well. Embrace the Grace. Shout out to that sister. Okay. And even if you're not in my circle, okay, because my circle, I always mention my circle. Black Man Unfiltered. Okay. Mr. He Said, Mrs. She Said, and Sir Hill Speaks. I only mention those 4 in my circle because those were the ones that rocked with me when nobody else wanted to know about me. But for the rest of y'all who are out there that I still mention, I have nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. Okay, wholeheartedly. Because if I'm fake, if I'm fake, baby, if I'm fake, you will understand it. If I got fake love to you, you would know. You would know. But I'm not fake because I'm really arrogant in a way when I don't like you. I can't hide it. I can't hide it. So that's my problem right there. I can't be fake because I can't hide it. I have to tell you if I don't like you. But for everybody else who I just started rocking with, I got nothing but love for you. But for my main circle, those 4, I would never forget the things that they done for me when nobody else wanted to rock with me. So to all the newcomers, y'all have a great day. We gonna do what it do. Y'all take it easy. And here we go. Here we go. Here's my music, y'all.
Meet me at